Hey everyone, welcome back to Hardcore Heroes. So, our lovely, well maybe not, our ripped and slightly terrifying Rohana has a description of Venlin for you. So
Oh yeah.
Excellent.
The first line I wrote in the notes on my character sheet was, Venlin arrived in Shirebrook on the wave skipper. Now I can finally add to that line.
Excellent. She describes him as a gentleman in his late 50s, early 60s.
Mm-hmm. Human, I assume?
Human, male, over 6 feet tall, but fairly emaciated is not quite the right word, but quite thin. Less than 180 pounds.
Yeah.
Lanky, that's a good one. Lanky. He had short black hair and deep red robes, almost not black, but just very deep.
All right.
And a scraggly salt and pepper beard.
Thank you, Rohana. I don't suppose you've got any pearls in stock.
I do.
Well, could I purchase one from you?
100 GP.
Here, take 100. Can I? I don't suppose you'd take 462 silver and some gold.
She shrugs. It's all the same.
All right then. So I'll give her 462 silver, and then I'll just give her another 60 gold on top of that. Call the 60.
Is that like the wizard equivalent of paying in pennies?
Yeah.
You just want to get rid of the silver, right?
Yeah. I keep my 35 copper though. You never know when you'll need them.
Well, she could use silver as a shopkeeper, making change, buying small things. Silver's great for shopkeepers.
Mm-hmm.
It's
There
like
you go,
having
then.
a register full of ones, you know?
So I take my
Ones and
pearl
fives.
and I say, well, I'm going to retire to my house to do some research. But why don't we go and visit this Venlin tomorrow?
Sure.
Good plan.
All right. Yeah, I guess we'll just get an in-room in town. I don't really want it to be well known that I'm back.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one more thing.
Seems everyone has things.
Everybody does.
Do you have any idea what happened to Aldrich?
Aldrich?
Gone.
Aldrich. The
What about him?
transmuter.
Wait, where is he?
Well,
Did he lock himself in his tower?
Baron Twin Towers hadn't been able to find him, so he asked me to come over here and force my way into his room. Didn't really work that way, but I managed to go in through the window,
You climbed his
Daddy.
tower.
And
and it was just empty.
anything missing from his office?
There was a nice layer of dust on top of everything. Looked like no one had been there in weeks.
What about his spellbook?
Couldn't find it anywhere.
Maybe he took off after we cleared the keep.
It's possible.
It's possible that he could have left, but
I mean, if there was
He's
no
a-
lord left to pay for his research, he might have sought better opportunities.
And left his
he left
library
all of
behind.
his research behind. It's just him and his spellbook. Even
Weird.
his wardrobe was fully packed. No change of
Malachi-
clothes for the road.
Okay, do you know anything? You were the person who spoke to him probably last.
Well, I spoke to him. He seemed, himself.
That was a while
He
ago, too. That was,
He didn't mention anything about wanting to leave.
He said he was struggling to get food and resources up to the tower.
Well,
yeah.
if you find out anything,
I told them about the dragon.
I could,
do let me know.
at some point, I suppose I could try and scry on him, but I mean, if he's just taken off on the road, I'd rather not, I'm not going to chase him down. There's no reason.
I mean, we could deal with it after meeting Edmund.
Yeah, I think we have other matters, but we'll see if we find anything out, Rohana.
Yeah, Rahana, if you can find maybe some for Van, if you can find some hair or something.
Oh, I don't need that for. I know Aldrich well enough that I can just rely on that.
How old is Aldrich, Neal? What does he look like?
Well, he's currently.
I always
rotting on the
imagined he
bottom
was
of the
like
sea.
in his 80s and just the most grouchy old man ever.
Could
But now
Venlin-
Neil's gonna be like,
his-
he's like 25.
He's in his late 60s.
Could Venlin potentially be Aldrich? You know, I know he's not because I've killed Aldrich, but could I be like, Rana, what did this? You said this Venlin. He sounds like that. Maybe that Venlin is Aldrich.
No. I know Aldrich too well to confuse one for the other. Their faces were nothing alike. Also, Aldrich is quite a bit shorter than Venlin. He's
Oh,
less than 6 feet tall.
Venlin sounds quite tall. So.
do you think he might have gone to Newfort?
I
We'll
haven't
see.
the foggiest idea. It's very unlike Aldrich to travel. He really does hate it.
I mean, we can deal with it after.
Yeah, I will. I'll look into it at some point. I'll let you know in the
I
future.
fear
Rohana.
the Wraith of the Tetherwilds may have come back calling for him. You know the rumors they say about the man in Misty Rapids.
I've heard
Aldrich-
rumors, but I try not to put much stock into rumors.
Did Aldrich have some kind of quarrel with him?
I don't know if they've ever met. But
And I wouldn't.
it wouldn't surprise me. The man who raises very bones of the dead to siege castles.
Well, let's meet with Venlin in the morning.
Alright, you guys can
Yep.
depart, head to...
So I think Van's going to get an inn room somewhere.
So you go to Storybrooke Inn. It's the one in the main town square. It's where Kine has been staying while he waited for his house to be built.
Sure.
Only to find it packed to the gills. You recognize minor nobles and all sorts of landed knights in here. They've got their
Okay,
colors,
I think-
they've got their sigils, they got their flags up.
So it's
This place is-
completely overflowing.
yeah, it's full.
Okay,
The
so I think
proprietor lets
Van,
you know that they're full up.
Okay, so Van's
Malachi,
going to try and catch up to Malachi before he gets back to his house and say, Malachi, do you have a spare room I can just sleep in?
I only have the one room, and you know that, Van. Right, it's only a one-room house, isn't it?
Oh, I thought you had
mean-
an upstairs.
It's a
Van
one-room
does-
house. You and your father did live there, sort of together. So
Yeah,
you might just
maybe.
have like one big bed that you bunk up with many people in. That used to be a very common thing.
I mean, you could always ask at the church, right?
Yeah, I just don't want it to. I don't want the current acting lord to know that we're wasting our
I mean,
time here before speaking
There are
to him.
also multiple inns in town.
That's true. We could try another one, but I'd rather not go to one below my station.
Neal, what are the other inns in town?
There's the Dewdrop and the Noble Sack.
Okay.
They're just lesser quality inns.
Yeah, I'd rather not to go to an inn below my station, but if necessary, I guess that's an option. If you're
Quick
going to be
one.
busy, Malachi, I understand not wanting the company.
It just ruins the spell, is all.
I understand. I'll leave you to your work, and Van's going to reluctantly go to the Dewdrop.
Well, we could always go to my. Oh, wait.
I go and cast Identify.
Sure. The Dewdrop is at the north side of town.
Okay.
If you're looking at the map, it's near Waterside,
Mhm.
that yellow building way at the top. And the Noble Sack is down by the docks, right near the cask, the kind of sketchy fisherman's bar.
Hmm.
And the Storybrooke Inn's in the main squad.
I'll go for whichever one is nicer between the two, I guess. Like, having lived in the town for a while, I'll go to whichever one seems a little less seedy.
The Dewdrop is a little less unpleasant.
And then I will go for that.
Kine, where do you go to stay?
Go to the same inn.
Okay. Is there anything you guys want to do during this day, or should we just skip forward in time?
I think we're just skipping forward. Van's going to yeah, I just have some spells to memorize if we're meeting some dangerous people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would just I give a quick prayer to Lumbra and Dwalkor. And anything else? Nothing
See,
significant.
identify spell, blah, 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 blah. 8 hours immediately preceding the casting the spell must be meant purifying the items, removing influences of the world corruption, that blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, you're casting this on what?
Alright. First things first. So the total things I'm casting on are the battle axe that I got from Zinli, the 2 magical daggers, the necklace.
Let's just go down the line one at a time.
Yeah,
What do you
so-
want to start with? Because if you fail, you can't do that item again, but you can keep doing other
That you
things.
can't do that. Yeah, I think that's my understanding of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you have an 80% chance, so you're going to fail everything, probably.
Yep.
Or no, you're going to get 2 things and then fail on the third. That's the trend.
Okay. So, what do you want to start with? You get 8
The axe.
readings, starting with the axe.
Yeah.
It's 1 reading per property, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, let's check our 80% chance.
A 96 is a false reading. 96 plus.
Okay. This is. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I did say the axe was magical, didn't I?
Yes. It was Zinley's axe.
Well, that's a mistake, because that's not a magical axe. I guess it's magical axe now, but it wasn't on the sheet that I'm looking at.
Maybe it's just +1.
Maybe a wild mage suddenly.
Maybe she got a new axe. You know, like she came into a lot of money.
She did quite a lot of money.
She's running a shop now. Maybe she got herself a fancy magic axe.
Sure. Something like that. That's possible. You go ahead. You get a property from the axe that is bonus to hit and damage.
All right,
That's the first property you get.
I do the axe again.
You pass and find no other properties on the axe.
All right, so assume it's...
Okay, so the third one is a failure. So choose very carefully which one you want to do first.
All right, let's trust you on that. I'll do the gem again for the second property on the gem.
The gem that you picked up.
Yeah.
The one from the crypt, right?
That dispels illusions, theoretically.
You can see through illusions or see.
Or yeah, dispels illusions from his perspective.
Jesus Christ! All right, I completely forgot about that magical item.
I think we all know the second probably already, so.
I
think it's a small chance to see hallucinations. Like
Well,
5%
Go ahead
chance.
and read the DMG and then spill all the secrets.
Yeah, I was gonna say it. I haven't read it.
You told me it, Nick. You
Wow.
told me.
That sounds like a lie.
Oh, fucking Nick.
All y'all. Sean, you're the only one I like anymore.
That's just called being in character in real life.
Okay. Da.
Nick, don't forget you have those potions as well.
I don't need to identify them, do I?
I mean, you know that one's an oil of timelessness, but I don't think you know what it does in character. Although that could be low priority for you.
You get no new properties on the gem.
Alright. Was it a pass, though?
Yeah, it was a pass.
Alright. Okay, on to the daggers next.
Which dagger?
Do they don't count as the same?
No, they're
You
two
said they
separate
were-
items.
You call them a pair is all.
Yeah, they look matched,
Okay.
but they're still
just-
one. They're separate things.
You think you're screwing me, but actually I'm screwing you because I've got 2 chances now. If I assume that they do the same thing. So, I do, the first one.
I don't think I'm screwing you. My objective is never to screw you.
Unless we screw with the game.
I mean, you ruin my fun, I ruin your fun. Okay. So let's roll your chance on this. You do fail the first dagger.
On to the
I was
second
one off.
dagger. So many have we had now? 4? on the
Actually,
axe.
you fail the second dagger too, in 87 and 93.
Fuck.
I'm sorry.
But I know they're magical, right?
Oh yeah, they're
Yeah.
definitely
We
magical.
could always test them, I guess. But that's a little more
Yeah.
dangerous.
I don't know.
Come on, just give it to me.
But they could be cursed or something. Or they could be like daggers of summon on dead demons.
That's true. I think I might actually have a detect curse spell, though.
If I, do I know what the Oil of Timelessness does or not?
If you have some books, a small research library, you could figure it out pretty quickly.
Okay, yeah, so I think we know what that does. I don't think I've got any... Oh, yeah, I cast Read Magic on the scroll.
Oh, right. That doesn't need a roll even.
Oh, Neal, something about read magic.
Oh yeah, it could be
Because we were
cursed.
talking about how weird it is for read magic to like function the way it does. Once a wizard's read something and like translated it from magic, it's forever translated for his brain.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was because we were talking like one issue was priests, but another was how impractical it is for a wizard to have to always use read magic to read something. But they can
How
just
do you-
translate it once.
How do you detect for like a faulty scroll, like one that's going to blow up in your face?
There's not really faulty. There's just cursed.
Yeah.
Is there a spell for detect curse?
You can cast a remove curse on it, but you can put multiple spells on a single scroll, and if you use remove curse and it's any of the spells are cursed, the whole thing will crumble to dust.
There's
So
only
really, you
one
just put
spell on it.
you just do one spell per scroll, and then you're good to go.
You've got remove curse though, right?
Yes.
Fuck it. I read this. I read the scroll. I hope it's not explosive runes.
Where are my notes? This is the scroll you just picked up, right?
I got it from Zinley.
Oh, this is from Zinley. Okay.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, because it wasn't.
Oh, yeah, here it is. I found it. It is a scroll of shatter.
Oh well, yippee you.
Hey, Nick, if you ever meet a glass golem, you will be fine. You have no
Yeah, but I've got it. It's an Aldri spellbook. All right, cool. I don't know what to do. I'll detect magic on the daggers again. What
fails.
school is it?
Oh,
No,
detect magic.
Yeah. Alteration.
Yeah, definitely alteration.
Could always ask Rohana to identify.
Oh.
Recon.
It's not a bad idea, actually.
That's a
Think
service
about
she does provide.
it. Yeah.
Oh god, poor Rohana.
Whatever, she'll just drop to 1 con and be fine.
Be 200 gold to identify both of them, though. Or would it? No, would she do it? She'd do it with one spell, wouldn't she?
Let's
Yeah.
see. The rules as written say identify costs 1,000 GP per item or function.
Yeah.
1,000.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's way cheaper.
I mean, you
to do
take
it
away their
yourself.
whole day.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm not doing that then.
It's,
well,
She would drop to 0 con and have to like rest up until she went back to full con. Is the rules for that or something like that?
I don't know,
Yeah.
it's not much for her anyway. So.
Unpleasant for her.
Yeah. So I can see why she would charge a lot.
This
She
is what you
charges a premium.
Bastian, by relying on my luck to get your magic items.
So if
I
they're
mean-
cursed, I can't remove the curse from the daggers, but I can remove the curse from anyone who gets cursed by the daggers.
It's just like I don't know whether I would give it up without knowing what it does.
Well,
That's all it is.
it's your decision.
Let's go and see
You
Madeline.
know that I want them, but
No, I know you do. But I mean, who could have foreseen failing on both the rolls except for Neal with his weighted dice?
I,
These are the same dice that allowed you to learn the past like 10 spells you tried to learn.
why did you have to learn
No,
those
wasted
spells?
the luck on that. Yeah. All right. Well, I get up. The potions wore off. Do I have to sleep or not? Out of interest.
After identify?
Identified. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's corresponding with right around the time that your potion is wearing off.
Okay. So
Um,
I sleep and then we're back to normal for the next day.
We'll just hop over to the next day.
Okay.
It is Thursday. You guys are in Shirebrook. It's the happily bustling little town that you've always known it to be, more or less. And you head down to the Dragon's Den.
Let me think about my spells here first.
Yes, what spells do you have? What precautions do you take, if any? How
yeah,
are you
this-
dressed? Give me all your details so I know what monsters
Yeah.
to throw against you to kill you.
So we're all high enough level to not be taken out by spell. Malachi, I'm going to prepare a spell to protect you. So before we go in, Right, I guess I'll wait and see how things are going, but I'm going to let Malachi know in advance that I'm going to make him immune to magic missiles.
Oh, right, I was going to do that. How long did yours last?
Or it only lasts for a few minutes. If you have a way to do it yourself, then I can use something else.
I'll do it myself. Mine's longer.
In that case, I won't do that. I will take... Ooh, I know what I'm going to take.
Get your invisibility purge spell.
Okay. It doesn't work if they're already in the area, by the way. They have to walk into it.
Okay, I'll get my own version then.
Yeah. Like, I can make... Or let me make sure that's how it works. It's...
What's the duration on detect invis?
Yeah, so, like, if invisibility purge lasts for a while, and if they walk into the area of the purge, they'll be made visible, and I don't think they can cast it while inside. So I could actually just drop it before we go inside.
I can just... It lasts 5 rounds per level, so it'll last 40 minutes, so...
Mine will last a turn per level with a 10-foot radius.
Mine's like not purge, but it's only me I can see, so yours is better, but I'm going to take it for me. Anyway.
Right. Okay, that's probably better in the end. Actually, I could just drop it. Why not? I'll take it, because I have a spell that I can... I was going to take telepathy instead, but I think invisibility purge is probably a safer move.
Hey, he's got stone skin.
We don't have stone skin.
We all took off our stone skin charges, so unless you did it on the boat.
As of now, no one has stone skin on them.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to matter. We're going to meet Venlin.
I could have just recast everyone's stone skins, but yeah, never mind.
It's probably better that we don't. Like, after all the rumors, might want to get a little bit further away from Redport before we start going back to being gray monsters.
Maybe.
Alright, I've got my spells. I'm going to put them in chat.
Am I going to need Fireball? It seems a little bit excessive.
Didn't you just learn your lesson about blowing things up in town?
I did take mental domination, so if things get real bad, hopefully that'll help.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Well, I make sure that I can probably draw my swords.
Technically, mental domination doesn't have any clause about making people kill themselves. Like,
Really?
you just have full motor control of their body. And the other spells that give you, like, properties like that say that you can't give suicidal commands. So I'm wondering if that was intentional or if that was an oversight on their part.
If you can have total control, what are
Yeah,
the
like,
spells
I
that-
remotely control them directly. Like, that's why it takes concentration on my part. I can't cast other spells while I'm doing it because I literally control their body.
What other spells are you talking about that?
You have... God, I have something that's like a weaker version of it. You can, like, Charm Person, you can't tell people to kill themselves with it. You can't use a command spell to make somebody jump off a cliff. So, like, if...
Yeah,
Yeah,
but those are not direct mental control.
like if you shouted suicide at somebody with a command spell, nothing would happen because you can't do like.
But that's more
self-destructive
because
commands.
suicide is vague. You need,
There's also it says that you can't do things that would kill them in general.
right. But
The
suicide in
most
particular is a vague command because it doesn't.
The most harmful,
too-
Yeah.
the most harmful you can do with command is faint or die. Then they will faint for 1 minute, and they maybe hit their head on the way down.
Yeah. Die is probably your best one because they'll just fall down. There is a command monster spell, and command monster does let you tell them to kill themselves, but they get like an extra save if you do something that would kill them.
Yeah.
But mental domination is literally you control their body remotely. So I would imagine that's why there's no clause about, you know, suicide. Is that you can just kill them because you literally control what they do.
Right. There's my spells.
It's too bad that you,
Yeah.
it's too bad that you don't have even minor access to the Chaos Sphere, Sean, because you have a good spell against wizards. Yeah.
What can you do? I'm
you
actually really
can-
happy with my my spell list. Like I look
you
at my
can-
5th level spells, and I don't have like really powerful broken stuff, but I get a lot of really fun utility stuff, and that's kind of what I
I
like.
think it's a 2nd level spell. You give them a chance to miscast.
Oh,
Pretty good.
yeah.
So you guys head on down to the Dragon's Den in Shirebrook.
Yeah.
I want to look through the window to see if he's in there.
Take a glance through the window. You don't spot anyone in there.
Okay. Van's gonna drop an invisibility purge outside of the tavern. It'll last for 70 minutes.
He might not be in there yet.
Yeah.
Some of the people walking around seeing the famed cleric Van Helsing casting the spell stop and go, "Oh my, what's he doing? Oh, this is going to be exciting."
And then they don't see anything. Don't worry, it's not so exciting, unfortunately.
They move on with their day, hoping to see some display of godly power.
Van, why don't you go in there and ask for him, and give me a sight through the window, because I don't want to cast my spells if he's not there.
Sure. Van is going to go ahead and walk in and go to the bartender and say, I was contacted through another person that a man named Benlin is staying here. Apparently he wanted to meet with me.
Sorry, Father Van Helsing. There was a man named Venlin who left a message for a Mr. Malachi, saying that he would meet him here on the night of the full moon. The new moon, I'm sorry, the night of the new moon. Which is...
Do you know the moon cycles? I haven't been paying attention lately.
Let's see, I think it's on Tuesdays, the new moon.
What day is it today? I've been on a ship lately.
Today's
I'm a bit
Thursday.
out of sorts. Today's Thursday, so next week. Thank you.
Right.
All right, and Van walks back outside and says, he said that he wants to meet with you specifically, Malachi, on the night of the new moon.
Why's that?
I don't know. I was hoping you did. You wizards, you have very strange methodologies.
That reminds me, Van, maybe you or Malachi should have a look at the night sky again.
Sure.
The constellation of Marcus should be normally a lot more visible right now.
You know, tomorrow I could do that tomorrow night actually, because I could go into Aldrich's study. He has a telescope, doesn't he?
He did.
If it's still there, I could use that to do some stargazing tomorrow. See if I notice anything strange.
Well,
Yeah,
It's a
we should
big ass
go.
telescope.
We should go and
Let
check
you
out
in.
what the old fool was doing there anyway.
Yeah, maybe.
I
Why don't we go
can
speak to
dispel
him?
his lock.
I'm sure I can walk through. It's a trivial matter for once of my power to get through a lock of his.
Sure.
It's a wizard thing you wouldn't understand, but
Okay. Sure.
It
I
makes-
could remove the lock entirely if that would be better, but
it just
Okay.
makes me
Anyway.
a lot better than him.
Maybe we should head out then. Maybe this evening. What do we want to do now?
Why don't we go and see the new Baron?
Well, we could speak with the Count's men first. They wanted to see us after all.
I'm sure they're all in the keep. Why don't we just go there?
Great.
Hey, the
Sure.
party heads for the keep.
yeah.
You find your way there without any problem. The guards on the wall see you coming and open the gate for you without giving you an opportunity to even hail them.
On the way
Okay.
there, I will You could use an axe, couldn't you?
I could, yes.
I'll give you the magical battle axe then.
I suddenly become much slow.
Oh, it's so heavy.
Yeah,
It's
You give it to
kinda
Kine,
heavy.
and Kine notices a little message up in his peripheral vision that says, "You are now over encumbered."
I mean, it's how heavy is a battle axe?
7 pounds.
I could ditch my broadsword and wield the battle axe.
Well, it is magical. I tell you, it's magical.
It is steel. It is steel. Isn't
It
it
is steel and magical. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I mean,
Where
there's
did
no
you get
reason
it?
not to,
Where
because
did you get it?
I got it in the Griffins. The Griffins had it.
You only found the potions, I thought.
Well, look, I wanted to find out what it did before I gave it to you. You know, it could be some things are dangerous in the hands of. Well, not that you're stupid or anything, but you know, some stuff can be
You
dangerous.
know, I'm
if
holding a
you're not-
magical axe right now.
No, you only know it's magical because I told you.
I understand where he's coming from, Kine. I once heard of this belt that, when put on, would immediately change the gender of the person who was foolish enough to equip it.
Some magical items could blow up in your face, or
What does it do?
it just makes you fight stronger, faster, hit harder.
What is the okay? You never told him the bonus, right?
Nope.
No.
No,
Yep,
and
discovered that
identified
through
doesn't give
testing.
you exact numbers. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, on the way, man, can you carry my broadsword? I don't.
Why don't we just donate the broadsword? Let's be honest, kind. And he opens this like slightly, like dinged up and really worn down bronze sword. He's like, kind. I think it's time you said goodbye.
I take a look at it. Yeah, probably.
All right. Van's gonna find a guard and say, do you have need for more weapons in your armory? Because we have no need of this weapon any longer.
Are you looking to donate it?
Sure.
Absolutely. Of course we'll take it.
All right. Van hands him the
Thank you,
broadsword.
Father Van Helsing. You've always been a friend to the
Of course.
law enforcement of the town.
Of course. I always try to do what's right. Shirebrook is my home, and I'd rather see it flourish than anything.
If only more people would be as moral and just as you.
That was my sword.
Good job on convincing him to give it up.
God damn it.
Have a good day.
Before we go into while we go into keep, I note my new weapon stats.
So I assume it's a +1 for now, until you know differently, I guess.
I just make a question mark behind it. +1?
So the gates are open. There is a soldier standing before you. Looks like some sort of knight. Probably the replacement gatekeeper. He's got the sigil of the Twin Tower estate on his lapel. He looks at the three of you and goes, "Well, we've been expecting you."
Have you?
How is Lord
Hoping
Twin Tower?
more than expecting, perhaps. Lord Twin Tower is doing quite fine.
We were told that. I don't believe it was Lord Twin Tower, but the man sent by the Baron wanted to speak with us.
Yes, Lord Landslide, or Chancellor Landslide.
Is he busy right now, or is he available?
He is busy, but not too busy for this. We've been, Well, I'll let him speak for himself. Please follow me. The gates close, and the new gatekeeper, who doesn't introduce himself, leads you into the keep. Takes you upstairs to a room where there's a knock. Some servants come to the door. He explains who you guys are. The servants hop back in. The door is shut for a few moments, and then it opens, and a few people are ushered out of the room, where a dwarf is standing in front of a fireplace with a nice small fire going in the front of it, or inside of it. He turns around to face you. And taps his fingers on his thigh. Says, "Please come in."
Okay. Does he look like a 20th level fighter who's prepared for battle, or is he kind of wearing just like normal clothes? And
He's not wearing any weapons or armor.
Okay.
He's wearing a nice silk vest with red and green embroidered on it, going down in different patterns. Underneath the vest, he's got a nice shirt. He looks well dressed. He looks like a chancellor wearing fine clothes.
Sit down.
Yep, I guess we head in. You wanted to speak with us.
Yes,
A landslide.
Chancellor Landslide.
Chancellor Landslide.
You? When we arrived, we had heard word that you disappeared. That you had
We had done our
left
job.
town.
Well, we
Yes.
don't have our whole lives to wait for your ships to arrive.
Yes, we sealed up the keep as we were instructed. We did all the tasks assigned to us, and we even waited in town for a little while and left around the time the ship should have been arriving. We had no idea that it was going to be lost at sea.
Count Ironhide does not take lightly the people ignoring their promises to him. I do believe you had a deal to see over the keep until they arrived, in which case you have failed.
I don't believe we were told to board the keep up. I'm not sure how we can watch over something that we're not allowed to reside in.
Also,
I have issued an order here, and you will be quiet while I talk, he says, directed at Kine. That you will appear before Count Ironhide in 1 week, or be known as men outside the law. He has need to speak with you, and you must see him.
So
I see.
By next Friday. How long is the journey to Newport?
We can get there in a day.
Nonsense. No one can make that journey in a day.
Not with
You
those
know,
little
they
legs.
always tell me it's impossible, yet I've done it twice now.
Did you hear? I said not with those little legs.
He didn't hear it. He heard it and ignored it.
No, I say it again.
Oh, you say no. You see the color drain from his face for a moment, like a. What? Did he just say that under his breath and then correctly? Did he? And then he starts to fume red.
I hit
calm down.
Malachi. I hit Malachi over the head. Backhand him over the
It's
head.
just a joke. He can take a joke.
My friend here is a bit candid. I apologize for his rudeness, Chancellor.
It's no wonder this town is in shambles. 1 week,
So it's
you
not-
hear? 1 week.
Yes, of course.
And while we're here, do you mind if we? Well, I speak to the Baron. Thank you, Angus.
Chancellor.
Chancellor.
He just furrows his brow and glares at you until you guys leave.
What a stick in the mud! I say.
Yeah, that was a wholly unproductive conversation.
God, I really hate dwarves.
It was not necessary to repeat your comment.
Maybe not, but I
No,
don't
but
think
it was funny.
He didn't hear, sorry. The point in
It was
speaking at all,
funny,
he's not
but-
going to hear. As long as we can all agree that it was funny, then that's what matters.
Kind
Let's,
reluctantly agrees.
Yes.
Van, why
I'd
don't
say
you
he has a
lead
bit of
the
a short fuse.
Very good, very good. Why don't you lead the way to the throne room?
So you guys make your way around the keep. Eventually, you find someone who will help you get an audience with Baron Twin Towers, who seems eager to speak with you already.
Good.
Should probably actually have different music in the background anyway.
A lot of cows and chickens in this keep.
Yeah, there's no cows and chickens.
And we leave for like 3 weeks. We come back and everybody wants to talk to us. Where was this appreciation when we were actively helping people?
Yeah. Can you cure Baron Twin Tower's wife now? Or not?
No, I tried a bunch of different spells. I talked to him and I told him that he would probably need, like a regeneration spell probably because she's been physically changed.
I don't like this music.
Wow.
So the new Baron meets you in one of the parlors. He's got a couple of guards with him. He rubs his hands together and looks happily on you. Ah, my old friends, Father Van Helsing and Mr. Malachi.
This is our new friend, Kind the Ranger.
How do you do? I am Baron Twin Towers, he says.
Yes, I see you're doing quite well for yourself, Baron. You've
Yes. A tragedy what happened to the former Baroness and the Baroness before her, but it's time that we put someone with the good sense in charge to see things done right.
Some
yes,
tough
I
decisions
see your point.
around here.
Excuse
I hope
me?
that you can make. I said some tough decisions need to be made around here. I hope that you're up to the task.
Well, I was hoping that those of you that helped me so long ago could, I could rely on you again. There is quite a bit of work to be done, and it'll take men of extraordinary will to see it through.
What would that task be, Baron?
Oh, there's nothing pressing as of this moment. I just wanted to speak with you to see if you would be willing to help raise this town out of the little shithole it's dug itself into.
It's possible, but we have to go to Newport within the week. The Count requested our presence and said that if we're not there by next Friday, we will be men outside the law.
Yes, I do recommend you do that. I would have to arrest you rather than hire you if you were to not make that audience. When you come back from that, if all is well and you're not rotting in a prison somewhere, do come and see me. It's nice to have people you
smiles
can
at the mention of rotting in a prison cell, and sure, we can look into doing some work together in the future. We were considering
Excellent.
actually heading further out west, but if you have work for us, maybe we'll stick around Shirebrook a little while longer.
There is much work to be done. Shirebrook is not the town that it once was, I'm afraid. It's been a bad year.
Indeed.
Excellent. Well,
Lord Twin Tower, while we're in town, do you mind if we make use of Aldrich's tower? Or I suppose
the damn
your
door is locked. We had to
That's no
get a
problem for
ladder
us.
and go in through a window.
I can see to that for you.
Excellent. Well then, as far as I'm concerned, Aldrich is missing. Don't take any of his things in case he does come back, but feel free to make use of his facilities. Don't see why not.
Thank you.
Excellent. Well, if there's nothing else, I shall see you in a week.
Yes. Hope, assuming everything goes well down in Newfort, we should be returning to Shirebrook rather shortly.
Splendid.
Let's so I guess we've got time to kill that until Venlin.
While we're going out of the keep, what happened to Jeeves?
He's hanging
he's in
out in
a-
town.
Yeah.
Malachi, didn't you want to hire someone? I mean, we probably won't have the time now to
That's
escort
true.
him.
Well, I mean, we can leave him here in Shirebrook for a little while and then just escort him.
Well,
Are you sure? I mean,
I'd feel safest if we went with Jeeves. I mean, we've been traveling the road for a long time, Kine. You've seen how dangerous it is. I'd rather Jeeves didn't die on his way to retirement because of a Chimera attack.
I mean, there were quite a lot of capable-looking people in the inn.
yeah. Is it possible, Neal, to hire 4 nondescript adventurers to take Jeeves to Tassel?
That would be a possibility that could be done, yes.
Either way, I think we should wait until we get back. I think we, I don't know, I'm just not eager to see Jeeves off.
Okay.
Nobody
Maybe we
is.
wait then. We might need him, actually. We might need him. Should
Yeah.
something happen.
Day that you need Jeeves is a sad, sad day indeed.
When things are truly and wholly desperate.
How many spider encounters have we not had to fight because of the courage?
Yeah.
But yeah.
A shitload.
By the way, Van, if we are about to look into Aldrich's tower and use his equipment to gaze upon the stars, maybe you should take a look at him himself.
What do you mean?
What's up?
You could try to scry on him. I mean, Rohana
Oh,
seems...
I can't do it today, but yes, I can try to scry on him in the future.
Well, maybe we should respect Aldrich's privacy. He was a grumpy sod.
I'm gonna be honest. If he's abandoned his post, I don't see any harm in using his study. Either way, I want to look through the telescope tonight.
I mean, rather than spy on him, who knows what mischief he's gotten himself into.
Oh,
I mean,
I will.
Rohana's-
I'll do it on my own.
mean,
I
Rohana
won't
seems
share
to be
those details with
concerned.
Rohana if he seems to be just living a quiet life. I see no reason to trouble him.
You know,
Yeah.
while we're here, Van, could you maybe cast that reflecting spell cool again on the lair with the skulls?
I could.
I saw it myself, but it's as if
Actually, no, I can't.
Why?
I can't anymore because I don't have Kine's mother's hair.
No. Oh. No, but you've seen the place now. Can't you just cast it at the place because you've seen it?
Maybe let me check.
I think.
Van's eyes roll back into his head as he consults the spell list.
Maybe you have to do something to upstart your memory a bit about the place. I mean, it's been quite a while since you looked upon the place. Although it seemed pretty memorable, Kind says in a melancholy...
Functions as a crystal ball.
Yeah. So the crystal ball.
It is. It's virtually over any distance or into other planes of existence. Must know the subject to be viewed. Knowledge can be from personal acquaintance, possession of personal belongings, a likeness of the object. So I can scry on an object theoretically. Could I scry on a cave?
Yeah, so if you're slightly informed of it, you have a 20% chance. You're more than slightly. Well informed is 25%, but I think you're more than well informed.
You
you
saw
don't
the
have
giant pile of bones.
You don't have a garment in possession. You don't have a part of it in your possession. Pictured might work.
I have pictured it. I have, yeah.
Personally known, or personally known slightly, personally well known.
So personally known slightly is for Aldrich, I think.
Yeah.
I want to try and scry on him, but I think I would get the pictured.
I think you could
if I
get
tried to scry on the
pictured.
cave.
I think if you kept scrying on the cave, it would go to personally known slightly. But since you've only scryed on it the one time,
yeah, okay.
We'll just
I saw it for like a minute before it wound up getting dispelled by whatever was in there.
Yeah.
I say, I could Malachi, but what do you hope to gain from it? I mean, you've scryed on it multiple times, and all you've really done is upset what lives there.
Indeed, but I can use other spells in conjunction with your reflecting pool that I can't with my own scrying. So I could cast some spell to see through invisibility whilst gazing through the pool. I think that might work.
But the thing is, we didn't see any pile of treasure.
They would have to be cast on me. And Neal, if he's doing detect invisibility, would that work through the crystal ball?
Because Claire audience was going to work.
It says that it has to be cast on the user. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, certain spells cast upon the user can increase my chances of making things work. But there's something else about being able to cast through it.
Yeah, I seem to remember.
Can you cast spells
Oh,
through
here it is.
crystal ball?
The following spells can be cast through a reflecting pool with a 5% chance per level for it to operate correctly. Detect magic,
Oh,
detect
right.
snares and pits, and detect poison.
Alright, so no then. So it's just detect magic. Because that is what I did. I did detect magic, remember?
Detect
Oh, well.
magic. Yeah, it would be quite useful to know.
You would have only had like a 30% chance of even working though, so it may have just not worked. It's a low chance of success, and I don't think you can use what you were hoping for.
No, forget it.
Yeah.
I think if we had like if I had true seeing, it might work. But I don't get that until level 9.
So I guess we just hang out until what, Tuesday?
Well, we want to scry or look upon the stars this evening. So
Yeah, so this evening I asked Malachi if he can use his wizardly powers to get me into Aldrich's study.
Yeah.
Well, I
okay.
accompany them. I accompany you. I'm quite interesting to see if the constellation of Marcus is really gone.
Okay. I go in. I walk up to the door and open it with trepidation.
Can
expecting it to
you
look-
just open it?
I
Is
did
he
last
high enough
time.
level?
I did last time, Neil. When I walked out of the door, I remember.
Yeah, you walked
He
out,
can-
but you can't
yeah.
walk back in.
Oh, that's the spell.
Yeah, he's
isn't
got
it?
Aldrich's discriminating door on it. You can't open it.
Stand back. I cast dispel magic on the.
That's what I was going to do.
Okay. Yeah. It's the greatest
think it-
spell I've ever
Yeah.
made.
He has to roll a d20 for it since it's somebody else's spell.
There is a chance I can just walk through it, though, isn't there?
You have to be like 4 levels above them or something.
Actually, hold on. It does work as a wizard lock in all other respects. Maybe you can just walk through it. Hold on. Functions as a wizard lock in all respects. Yeah, so let's see. With wizard lock, you might actually be able to just walk through this door.
I think it depends what level he was when he cast it.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
so excited for you not to be able to, and now I'm realizing that you probably can. I'm just a little disappointed.
I think he has to be 4 levels higher, so he has to be a good bit higher.
Or by a wizard 4 or more levels higher than the one casting the spell.
So
So
it
if he
depends
cast
on
it
when
when he
he,
was 4.
if he was level 4 or below.
He only recently learned it.
So you're level 8.
Yeah.
You cannot walk through the door.
Okay. We
Like
dispel
a good
it.
wizard, every time he got a little bit stronger, he recast his protection spells.
Smart. He has to roll like a d20 now for the dispel magic, because you can always dispel your own magic, but you have to roll a d20 for other people's.
Right. The effect on... If the caster is higher level than the creator of the effect to be dispelled, the difference is subtracted from the number needed on a d20.
Yeah, it's 10 or 11 by default.
If I'm 3 levels higher, it's going to be a 7 or more, right?
So you normally need an 11 or higher on a d20 to dispel. You're 3 levels higher, so you need an 8 or higher to dispel.
All right. Dispelled.
Boom! You dispel the magic on the door, and it opens with ease.
Can he do that without dispelling his own?
I don't know what you mean by that.
Because he put his own wizard,
yeah, I
he put
did.
his own wizard lock on it. So is he able to dispel that effect specifically while keeping his effect
No,
on the
you're
door?
casting it on the door. It breaks both of them. They're both
Alright.
dispelled.
So I cautiously open the door and I walk up the stairs faster than them to get to the first floor.
You arrive
quite
at the first floor.
All right, and then I go up to the next floor and check. I look as blood was pooling from the floorboards, right? So I'm.
There
obvious?
are blood stains in the room, most definitely, or there are red marks all over.
Does it look like bloodstains though?
It could easily be. Yeah, it could be blood stains, but it might not be. It's a wizard's study, right? So if there's weird markings on the wall, it could easily be just like weird components.
I think it looks weird, but Van knows that Rohanna went there and was like, Aldrich's not there, like he's just missing. And she didn't mention the bloodstain, so I think Van just kind of discounts it.
Yeah, and you did say that you spent a little time cleaning it up, so I'm sure it wasn't thick pools of blood that stayed. It's just small reddish marks that remain, and I think most people will disregard small reddish marks in a wizard's chamber.
Sure. Also, Rohanna said there's a lot of dust here, so you'll probably miss a lot of the smaller marks or something.
Yeah, I mean it's a couple weeks worth of dust, so it's not thick, but it's enough that if you run your finger across the table, it'll come out dusty.
Yeah. I like start flicking through Aldrich's research like it's the first time I'm getting a chance to look at it.
Van's gonna head over to the telescope then and see if he can do some stargazing.
You'll have to wait until nighttime, and since Malchus's constellation
that's what we were waiting for nighttime.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Sure, that's all fine. So that night, you guys flick through everything. You take a look. Here is our forest at night.
Can I claim this library now, Neal?
Don't write it down on your character sheet, but you have access to it temporarily.
Okay. I will put my book on animals and monsters of Eridon in this library.
You have access to it until Aldrich comes back.
Yeah, I'm just looking after him for him.
Until you raise Aldrich from the dead.
So, you look up into the night sky through the telescope. You don't see Malchus's constellation, but it should be rising late in the night, so it should be one of those things where you probably have to stay up all night.
I think we're probably playing chess, like just kind of waiting for the right time. Like he's not. There's probably a little bit of stargazing. Like, oh, if you look at this star right here, this is
actually the winter sky has no stars in it.
Oh,
Malchus will be the So when Verosi's constellation sets, then it's blank sky, and then Malchus's constellation rises.
Okay, then it's going to be the most boring night of stargazing there ever was.
Yeah, because there's no stars. I mean, you can see Verosi's constellation setting.
Van just uses the very fancy crystal chess set that we have, and we just play some games of chess.
Yeah. Okay, let's play chess.
Okay.
Roll for chess.
I beat Kine. I really want to try and beat Malachi at some point because Malachi beat me, and it hurts Van's pride.
Checks, please.
I will entertain you.
Yeah, I'll play you.
13.
13 against 2.
Damn it!
Oh!
It's a hard-fought game. Van says, I'm going to get you one of these days, Malachi.
Hey, you keep filling yourself up.
All right, I'll rematch Kine. That's a fail.
Oh, Kine?
I pass.
All right. Van's not having luck with chess
Van
tonight.
is the worst chess player in this party. Except for probably Jeeves. You wait the whole night looking for these constellations, and eventually the sun rises, and the constellation of Malchus never shows up.
Okay,
and
so
it's like the end
Van
of
looks
November.
at the telescope, where it should be, and there's no sign of any sort of stars.
Yeah, it should be there.
So the missing constellations in the winter sky, those are from the gods that are now dead, right?
That's the theory. The only stars in the sky are the constellations of the gods. There's no other stars. That's kind of the proof that they're there. And you've got the 4 main gods that show up. You've got Verosi, Malchus, Martha, and Astaire, the big 4. And then their children and the smaller gods are kind of spattered throughout the sky in relation to where they are. So a god that is chaotic good would show up between Malchus and Martha's stars, right? They would show up somewhere in there. Between Verosi and Malchus, in that chaotic evil section of the sky, or disorderly selfish, I think is the way I would prefer to think of it, there are no stars. So the theory that people have developed is that there used to be gods in the sky that filled these spots, and they died, and now they're blank. So the
Okay.
winter gods is used to refer to the hypothetical gods that ought to be there but aren't there, and there's no reason why they should. Like, it's weird to have a section of blank sky. It looks like there ought to have been gods once upon a time.
Okay.
So meaning a constellation now missing, the constellation of Marcus missing, means either Marcus is dead,
Or
which-
he's left whatever plane the gods reside on. That would be the only two things I can think of.
This is bad. Then
Can you not?
Malachi, this is really bad. You know,
Well,
I mean,
maybe
I can try speaking to Cheese again, but I'm not sure if she's learned anything new herself. And frankly, I try not to bother her too often.
wouldn't she know if Malchus had gone missing?
ask her. This
Should ask.
is not a small matter. The constellation should be showing.
Suppose there is something going on and she knows about it. What are we going to do?
Well, it depends where he is.
Maybe, you know.
I mean, I'm not going to immediately take action against Malchus.
Evidently, but it, doesn't hurt to have more information.
People should know. This is
Well,
not something. This is not a small thing. That means something. If Marcus left the plane of God,
I've been telling people for months that Malchus's constellation is missing, and
Yeah,
every
but-
time I met with the same, "Oh, you can't see that yet. The stars aren't up in the sky." And during these months,
yeah, because
It's-
it was true. It was the stars when the constellations were not clearly visible.
all I'm saying is we're still at a point where Malchus's constellation is going to be peeking over the horizon. It's not a.
It should be clearly visible by now, right, Neal?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I don't think you need a stargazer. I don't think I need to go around telling people. I think every cleric who looks at the night sky anytime is going to know about it. I can tell Mother Elise. I just
should
don't
tell
know
Rohana.
what this information is going to do.
We should tell Rohana. Information is good for the people if it is something important like this, especially people who have some kind of power. At least they're warned.
I'll speak with Elise about it and see what she has to say. But I'm going to avoid contacting Cheese. I'd rather not. I'd rather not burden her with conversation unless it's absolutely necessary.
If you think so.
Neal, I want to go around Aldrich's place and look for expensive material components that he might have had. Like, does he have any of the horns for Claire audience?
Does he have clear audience as a spell?
Yeah.
I think that's where he learned it.
Does he have his ingredients for Aldrich's discriminating door? Does he have pearls for identify?
You do find some pearls. Let's see. You do find a pair of golden horns for Claire audience.
Nice.
So Malachi is just rummaging through Aldrich's stuff.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I shrug and say, if he comes back, I'll give them to him.
I doubt that you will do that.
Well,
You don't find a silver lock and key for Aldrich's discriminating door. That's
Yeah, okay.
not around anywhere.
Just for Neal, just for good sake, I will take a look around just to
I mean,
inspect the place.
I don't take them in full sight of you, like I wait for you and Van to be talking about the gods, and I'll just sneak off
okay.
through a few drawers and
Okay,
grab a pearl.
sure.
How many pearls do I get as well? 3?
There.
3 is a good number, isn't it?
Yeah.
300 gold.
So I think while he's doing that, Van says, "I don't think Malchus is dead,
I don't
there's-
think he's dead.
unless some sort of imposter has taken his place. Because we fought clerics who were very capable of casting spells at us.
it would be.
So unless they have somebody else who's granting them their power now."
It should.
else
It could be that
could be?
Marcus is having walking in some kind of avatar on this earth.
Is that possible?
Yes. Theoretically, it should be possible. I mean,
he's
left
a
the realm
god.
of if he left the realm of the gods and decided to walk on this primal plane, then probably he could. And I mean,
does he decide, or does he get summoned, or?
I don't know, Malachi. If I had the answer to that, then I wouldn't be worried, or at least less worried. Look around. Things are happening. Things are getting chaotic around here. That would fit.
Indeed.
with
If
the
I had to guess between no god of chaos and a more powerful god of chaos, it would definitely be the latter.
Yeah, I just don't know what we expect to do.
About there being a rampaging god on the countryside. If we can't deal with whatever that threat in the Shadow Mountain is, what hope do we have of dealing with a literal god walking on this earth?
Isn't Chiss cozied up to Malchus, though?
Indeed.
So shouldn't
I have no qualm with Malchus, at least not inherently.
Should you not maybe be able to get some guidance? And what we should...
Last time I spoke with her, she said she was not privy to all of his plans.
Well,
Maybe now that he should be visible to everyone. He at least could give you a hint. Maybe she has some sort of insight into her father.
Maybe, but I would speak with Mother Elise first.
If you wish. Malika, I think we should tell Rohana. Maybe she noticed herself, but you should
we can.
Sure, you can go speak with her. I'll go. It's morning now, so I'll just go speak to Mother Elise. And Van packs up the chess game and heads to the church.
Okay.
Malika and I head to Rohana's.
I've got an actual lock and key, which I will use to lock Aldrich's door on the way out.
You can't just apply a lock to a door. We don't have a crafting system like that.
It's not like a bike lock that we can just attach to the door handle?
No, you can't just bike lock the door shut. Sorry.
Fine. I leave it unlocked.
Then we're going to go to break, and we'll see you guys on the other side. So see you a bit.